Hi. Have you ever looked at an old photo from when you were heavier and thought, wow, I actually looked younger back then? I know I have. After losing nearly 100 pounds in my 60s, I've noticed changes in my face that nobody really warned me about. Today, I want to talk honestly about why that happens, what we can do about it, and why I still wouldn't trade my health to look younger.
Haven't made it yet, every step I'm just becoming a little more tired of running, a little more proud of the one thing that keeps me.
When I look at photos from a few years ago, one thing stands out immediately. My face looked fuller, my skin looked smoother, there were fewer visible wrinkles. At first glance, I almost looked younger in those photos, but there's an important reason for that. Fat acts like a natural filler. When you're carrying a lot of extra weight, which I was, especially in our face, it fills out areas around the cheeks, jawline, and under the eyes. That fullness can soften wrinkles and make the skin appear tighter. As we lose weight, especially large amounts of weight, we lose that facial volume too. I know that every time I've lost weight and gained weight, the first place that you can see that I've lost weight is in my face, every single time. The result? Suddenly, wrinkles become more noticeable. The skin may seem looser. The neck changes. That's been a big one that I've noticed. I'll put a picture up here. Before, I was all filled in with fat, and now it hangs. I lost a lot of weight in this area. The jawline changes, the neck changes, and for those of us over 60, our skin doesn't bounce back like the way it did when we were 30, and that's completely normal. It's not a sign that anything is wrong, it's simply the reality of major weight loss combined with aging. And honestly, sometimes that can be emotionally challenging. Because while we're celebrating lower blood sugar, better mobility, smaller clothing sizes, and improved health, we may look in the mirror and focus only on the wrinkles. I think many of us have moments where we wonder, was I actually prettier before? Did I age myself? Should I have stopped losing weight sooner? I've had some of those thoughts myself, but then I remind myself of something important. The person in those older photos wasn't just carrying extra weight in her cheeks. She was carrying extra weight on her heart, extra weight on her joints, extra weight on her lungs, extra weight on her entire body. My face may have changed, but my health changed too. And that's a trade I would make every single time. So what can help? Well, we can't completely stop aging. It's only one way to stop aging. None of us want that. There are things that may help our skin look its best. Stay hydrated. Prioritize protein. Protect your skin from the sun. Use a good moisturizer consistently. Consider strength training to support overall body composition. Give your body time. Skin can continue adjusting for many months after weight loss slows down. And perhaps most importantly, practice looking at yourself with kindness. Your face tells a story of what you've accomplished. Every line, every change, every wrinkle. It's evidence of a journey that improved your health and your future. When I compare photos, yes, I can see that my face looks different after losing nearly 100 pounds. Sometimes I even think I looked younger when I was heavier. But then I remember how I felt back then compared to how I feel now. And for me, health, mobility, energy, and confidence are worth far more than a smoother face. I'd love to hear from you. Have you noticed changes in your face after weight loss? And how do you feel about them? Okay, just checking to see if there's anything else I want to add to that. So I brought this up because Cheryl did a video doing a response to her first video she ever created when she started on Zepbound. The difference between her then and the difference between her now. And it just got me thinking because I'll do like a little slideshow at the end of this because I don't have a whole lot to talk about this week. But I just really thought about the fact that, yes, I look at myself in the mirror now and I am not that cherubic, round-faced, double chin woman that I used to be. And I do get treated differently. The other day I was in a meeting and the client said, and I don't think he meant anything by it, but it kind of took me aback. He said, "You look like someone who doesn't take any BS." And, you know, I got through the meeting, did the whole thing, and I was thinking later after I had watched Cheryl's video that my face is now much more angular and it's not as soft as it used to be when I was 100 pounds heavier. So I didn't fault him for saying that, but I was surprised because that's not the sort of reaction I would have got in the past, as people tended to think of me as approachable, as soft, as, you know, so our identities really are presented differently when we lose the amount of weight that we lose, when we lose the fat and the fat, you know, the fat in our chin, the fat in here, you know. So yeah, I was taken just a little bit aback that maybe I'm coming across a little bit more aggressive than I would have, say, 100 pounds ago or years ago, when I was always apologetic about being around, you know, literally being round, but I was always in this state of, oh, let me apologize, let me say sorry, let me do this, let me make sure that I'm not upsetting them with the fact that I'm 100 pounds. And that's a horrible attitude to have in general. But I think for many of us, we feel apologetic about the fact that we are not what society considers acceptable, I guess you could say. So yeah, that took me a little bit aback. My son turned 41 yesterday, and the video that Cheryl did just reminded me for just a minute that at 62, I am definitely approaching my aging differently than I was approaching it when I was in my 50s. Right now I feel so much healthier and feel like I'm going to be around for quite a while. And I would say 99% of the time, the fact that there's wrinkles, the fact that, you know, I have to put a little bit more makeup on, that sort of thing doesn't bother me as much as it might have before, because I know that inside my body is getting better and better. But yeah, the only reason I brought that up was I think for many of us, when we lose a lot, we start to see a difference in our face, and we start to see a difference in our overall identity and the way that we approach things and deal with things. One thing I wasn't prepared for was that I don't always recognize the person looking back at me in the mirror, although I can't see very well anymore, so it depends on if I'm wearing my glasses or not wearing my glasses, you know. But the kind of funny thing is I will put my makeup on and then I'll put my glasses on. I'm like, oh, it didn't help that much, you know. Instead of, okay, so I look different before, and sometimes it's surprising how much facial volume contributes to how young we appear. I think many of us expect weight loss to solve everything, so it can be surprising when some changes feel positive and others feel complicated. This isn't a video about chasing youth or criticizing how anyone looks. It's about an unexpected part of major weight loss that many of us experience but don't talk about very much. I've lost nearly 100 pounds. My A1C is normal. I wear smaller clothes, I move better. All of these things are wins, but when I look at old videos, I notice my face look fuller and smoother. That doesn't make me wish for the weight back. It just means I'm adjusting to a new version of myself. Sometimes we grieve the familiar, even when the change is positive. If losing weight has taught me anything, it's that health and happiness aren't found in a perfect body or a perfect face. They're found in being able to live the life you want. The wrinkles are part of the story, but they're not the whole story. Thank you so much, my friends, for watching. Please like on the way out. Subscribe if you're new here. Thank you so much to the new subscribers. I can't speak today. To the new subscribers this week. I don't have a whole lot for the after. Usually I do stuff after. I've got a Temu haul coming, and I have a couple other things planned for the next couple weeks. But in the meantime, I wanted to show you, I did my groceries yesterday, and I bought imitation crab for the first time, and I made a crab, an imitation crab. It was so good. The imitation crab is 80 calories per serving, 6 grams of protein, and no fiber. But yeah, 80 calories for half a cup, that's not bad. So I went and shredded it all up and made so I'm really excited about that. That looks really, it was really tasty. I had it last night for dinner on a keto hamburger bun, and it was really good. So just wanted to share that was what I had for this week.
Haven't made it yet, every step I'm just becoming a little more tired of running, a little more proud of the one thing that keeps me going. In the moment when everything feels like nothing, heavy days lead to something. I found myself loving what I'm becoming. Too busy trying on everyone's lives, seeing the world through everyone's eyes, moving too fast to be anyone's wise. And for the first time, it feels like